you have a large team, who's doing data analytics, crunching, you're mapping the teams, businesses, functions. So how do you utilize data in the sense?
Yeah. So Niti, today the way we look at data, and in fact, I've given a bit of inputs in just before in the ROI question, etc. So the way we look at it is, so right now the learning interventions usually is a very close-based system, and I'll just give you an example of that. So what learning teams usually do very, very well is that we do deep dive analysis. We do things like empathy interviews, etc. We map the persona. We talk about the journey. We map what the learners want to learn, etc. And then we build the design. And often the end goal, or if there are some pieces of elements in the journey, we look at data that way, right? What we've and that's what I call closed system, because of the fact that we think of something in the beginning and then we end up looking at data at the end, right? What we try doing is any question, any intervention that we do, we look at spikes of data that happens in the business as a result of that, because things would have changed. And the reason why we call ourselves a startup is because things change a lot at Flipkart when compared to organizations that I worked for. So any intervention, any training, any intervention that we do, we look at spikes in the data, and we see that if the spikes are consistent and it's no longer a spike at all. And that's how we use data a lot in our interventions. And then we tweak some of the interventions where we thought it was meaningful earlier, but now it doesn't make sense. So we do a little bit of so we look at our internal systems, not only with learning data systems, but our internal business metrics, and we look at those aspects and see if there are spikes, and why is those spikes happening in the first place. Is it because of a intervention that we did, or is it because of something that changed in the environment? Because both of that plays a very important role of what next in the intervention. And as a result, we use data very closely that way.